Hi everyone, wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom Uvorach. In this week's parasha, Vayhi, we read how Yaakov Avinu calls his son Yosef and he tells him to bring him his two children so that he can bless them. Yosef brings Menashe and Ephraim, both of his kids, and he positions Menashe to be on Yaakov's right side so that he could get the right hand, which is the priority. And he positions Ephraim, the younger one, on the left side to get the left hand. Of course, we know famously in this week's parasha, Yaakov, when he sees Menashe and Ephraim, he switches his hands and he puts his left hand on Menashe and he puts his right hand on Ephraim. And Yosef tries to switch it back, but Yaakov says, Yadati beni, my son I know, but I'm going to do it like this nonetheless. What exactly was Yosef trying to say, and what exactly is Yaakov telling him? And what lesson is that for us? My friends, Menashe and Ephraim, not just names, they mean something. Menashe from the word nashani, to forget. Yosef says, I forgot all of the hardships. Thank God, I forgot all of the challenges that I went through in my life. Menashe, nashani. Ephraim from the word hifrani, peru, to be fruitful. And that is not only to forget, but to succeed. Yosef says, I forgot, but I also succeeded in the country that I am in. You see, my friends, we all have in our lives Menashes and Ephraim's. We have things in our lives that we wish we could forget. Things that are sore topics, sore points, maybe failures or things that we're not proud of. We have things that are difficult, things that we don't like to talk about, places that we don't like to go to in our lives because they're Menashe, they're dark spots. And we have also in our lives many things that are successful, that are great, that are amazing, that we're very proud of, that are Ephraim points or white spots. And the question really in life is, which one do we emphasize more? Which one do we stress? Which one do we point to? Which ones do we talk about? Which ones are on our minds more? In other words, which ones do we put the right hand on the Menashes of our lives or the Ephraims of our lives? And the instinct, what immediately most people do, what Yosef does, is he puts the right hand on Menashe, ki hu ha-bechor. He's the older one. The go-to is to put the emphasis on Menashe, on the hardships. When we come home at the end of the day, we talk about how hard our day was. When we're talking about our children, we notice more the things that are difficult about them. But Yaakov teaches his son Yosef, and he's teaching us that in life, one needs to put effort to be able to focus on the Ephraims of life, to realize that there's actually a lot of good in our lives, maybe more good, a lot more good than Menashe, than the difficulties and the challenges. He takes his right hand and he puts it on Ephraim. It takes work. But in life, we have to realize that we have to notice the good, the blessings that we have, the blessings, the good in our children, the good in our spouse. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has virtues. But which ones do we notice? Which ones do we highlight? There's an amazing story about a professor who gave out a piece of paper to all of his students. And on the piece of paper was a tiny black dot in the middle. Well, he gives out the paper and he says to his students that he wants them to write about what they see. The kids, they get the paper, they see a black dot, so they all start writing about the black dot. He collects all the papers and he starts scanning through them. And he turns to the class and he says, it's so funny. Every kid wrote about the black dot, yet no one wrote about the white around it. Life is filled with white. Life is filled with blessing. We have so much good to us. Our children, our friends, the people around us. Life has so much white, so much bracha. And unfortunately, sometimes we focus on the black dot. We notice the Menashes, the things that we're not so proud of. And in life, Yaakov Avinu reminds us that when we're able to notice and to focus on the bracha, on the white, on the Ephraim, we will be able to realize how blessed our lives really are. Shabbat Shalom.